Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards. Use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Queen of Cups to begin. You're a very, very deep person. You have a lot of emotions in you. You're very sensitive, I think. I think you really try to be emotionally transparent. You try to be emotionally honest, at least with yourself. You like something, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it, right? I feel like also you've sort of been searching for something. We're diving down into the depths here to find out what is it that we want. Right? What is it that we need? I get the impression that you've sort of been like this, this Capricorn energy, this goat energy, right? Searching and searching and searching, kind of on an eternal adventure in life, searching for something. And maybe there's been periods of time where you think you've found it, but it wasn't really it. Okay? So we start to wonder, what is it that you really want? You know, what are you really, really, truly after in your life? I think this is the search for that answer. Okay, what is it that really is going to make you happy? What is success to you? What is happiness? You know, what is this ultimate goal of life for you? What is your purpose here? Okay, what do you really want out of life? Well, let's see if we can find out. Yeah, let's do a few more cards here. Ace of Swords. I feel like that is the clarity that we need. Now, that doesn't always mean the answer. Sometimes the Ace of Swords is a mental clarity because we're no longer looking for the answer. Maybe because we have found it, or we have sort of, maybe we've come to a different realization. Let's keep going here. We've got a 10 of Wands. There is, of course, the always present Capricorn / Cancer energy. This is the Knight of Cups. This represents the sign of Cancer, which is your opposite sign. Okay? And if you look at the Wheel of the Zodiac, you've got Cancer and Capricorn. They're direct opposites. So it's kind of like your unconscious ego, your unconscious self. Maybe a shadow self, alter ego, something like that, right? And I think that's actually very revealing. But we'll find out why here pretty soon. Now we've got the Prince of Cups. Knight of Cups, Prince of Cups. Cardinal water, fixed water. Into a Hermit. Into a 10 of Pentacles. Into a Tower. 3 of Pentacles. And 9 of Pentacles. You're getting, this is a big revelation for you. I feel like between the Tower event and this 9 of Pentacles, this success, this sort of sudden like influx of energy, right? Material energy. We could be talking about money here. I feel like this is really a kind of success that hits you like a ton of bricks. Very unexpected here with the Tower in the environment. A sudden breakthrough that lets in all of this positive gain, this positive success kind of energy. It could be money, could be financial, yeah. But I think that's just one small part of it. The 9 of Pentacles is someone who is living their best life, right? We think of this, the question, what it is that you want. What do you really desire in life? Well, this is sort of an image of you living that truth, right? Knowing the answer and then living it. Right? So it might not actually be an object. It might not be a particular destination. It might be a little bit more abstract than that. And I think the Knight of Cups maybe holds the key, that Cancer energy. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here with Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I would like you to put your answer down in the comments. It's always a good idea to exercise your intuition. We can do it together. We can make it interactive. It's sort of a group exercise. All right. Let's take a look around the room. We do have some major arcana, of course, with the Hermit and the Tower. A traveling inward to find the light, and I think that light that you find, what you discover in this process of sort of diving down to your depths, I think that it is a sort of introspection, maybe even a retrospection. I think it really does change your life swiftly, suddenly, quickly, with a great deal of intensity with this Tower event, right? The two major arcana cards we have. A definite breakthrough is headed your way. Something's hitting you like a ton of bricks, really in this positive, very positive way. Okay, we don't see any troubling cards here. Of course, the Tower is trouble, right? Because it's sudden and intense change. It is the moment of novelty. The Tower is, as I always say, it's the blips on the EKG, right, of life. It's kind of life is going along steadily, steadily, steadily. Nothing's really happening. And then we get these Tower events, these Tower moments. Those are the moments of life that you remember. These are those things that happen to us with such intensity, sometimes positive, sometimes negative, usually a mixture of both, but we are never going to forget that. These are those breakthroughs in life. We may forget everything that we may have really terrible memories, right? We're not going to forget this. Okay? And these are those moments of novelty. These are those very intense experiences of life in which you are extremely conscious. Okay? Fully conscious and aware. And we don't lose that. Okay? We don't lose that, the memory of these instances. That's how intense this is. Okay? And of course, the Hermit is sort of you going inward. Okay? It is the introspection, as I kind of said, the retrospection, because I think you're looking back at the past toward this Cancer energy, this Knight of Cups here. The Knight of Cups is a card about the giving and receiving of love and affection. It's in your past. So it tells me that either you had this kind of relationship with someone in the past, and that sort of thing is what you're searching for. Now, maybe it's not with the same person. Maybe it doesn't even mean a romantic relationship. This could be with a friend, it could be a family member, it could be, anything. It could be a relationship with yourself. It could be a divine love, right? But you had this kind of connection with someone or something. And maybe that's what you're sort of searching for now, is searching for this again. Of course, if we're thinking of this as being your opposite sign, the Cancer energy that's deep within you, kind of hidden within you, maybe this is finding a sense of self again. Maybe this is you really feeling like a whole and complete being. Maybe this is kind of a suggestion that we're searching for our home, either in a kind of, a spiritual way internally, or even in the divine, right? Searching for our home there. Maybe in the real world. We do have the pentacles on the path of the serpent over here. Maybe we are searching for that sort of place in the world that we belong, that we can call home. The Cancer energy, very much about home. The Capricorn energy, very much about kind of out striving in the world. It's kind of the lonely goat just climbing mountains, the mountain goat kind of thing. And so maybe this is really what we need to integrate. And maybe this is what you're searching for in that Queen of Cups, is the realization that you want this again. Maybe you had a very, very kind of warm and wonderful upbringing, a childhood, and we kind of long to go back there. And that's the retrospection of the Hermit, kind of old and looking at the past, right? We can't literally go back, but maybe that's the kind of thing we want now. Maybe that is is the vibe or the feeling or the kind of connection or community that we're looking for now. Right? Maybe we're out here wandering the earth to find our life and to find our path and our destiny and unfold our fate. But maybe that fate and that destiny lies kind of at home. It's a little bit of irony there. I like it though. Anyway, so we've got some fire. We definitely have our interesting group of water energy. Okay, this is in some ways we have a father and a mother and a child. Okay, we've got very very cardinal, very active water energy. We have very fixed water energy here. Okay, so we've got a little bit of fire, a little bit of water. We've got a little bit of air, which I think is really the clarity here. I think it's kind of that light bulb moment. It's that message from the divine, that download coming in through your spiritual antenna here, revealing what this water energy is really telling you. Okay? And I think the way that you go about finding this clarity is through the introspection, right? Is through, and in some ways, the hermit versus the tower is kind of saying that you're not going to find that needle in the haystack if you're just always in the haystack. If we're looking for clarity, you're not going to find it when you are bombarded by the kind of all of the chaos around you in the world. You're out there climbing mountains, right? You're the mountain goat. You're out there in that world. You're the elements, right? You're exposed, and it's chaos. It's kind of survival mode. The hermit needs to kind of go away from that. Okay, this really could just be the sort of the anxiety of life out in the world. Like what I've been saying about the restaurants that just have the really loud music. It's hard to think. It's hard to have a conversation. It's hard to be introspective when we are just bombarded with all of these sense impressions, sights and sounds and noises, and it's like we're living in an arcade, right? And we're trying to have a kind of a reflective conversation with ourselves, with spirit. It's hard to do when you're in the middle of an arcade, right? And so maybe the hermit is kind of saying that, look, we need to get away from that for a little bit so that we can reach this clarity and understand exactly what it is that we want. And even, I think, the idea here that it's not so much there's one particular answer, but I think the clarity is not so much where there's one right answer. We're not maybe looking for that one right answer. This is clarity because we no longer have the question, because we just kind of know, we know how to direct our life. We know where to move and how to move. Very interesting, especially in the middle of all this water energy that we're seeing. We're finding kind of what we've been diving for down here. And I'm beginning to feel that it does have something to do with the home. Maybe finding that permanent home, finding that forever home, phoning home, as I was going to say. But maybe that's part of it too. Maybe that was a slip of the tongue, but maybe there's something important there. Maybe there is some communication with your family that hasn't been there, that you're starting to realize that is part of what you want. That's part of what's going to bring your life a lot more, perhaps direction or closure or meaning or depth, right? Is to maybe communicate with, I think at least communicating with that Cancerian part of yourself, phoning home within you to that hidden aspect of yourself. Okay? I think that's important. And we do have our earth energy too, to continue with our overview. Earth and earth. Even the tower is kind of an earth energy, right? I know it's Mars, but it's a lot of abrupt change in the environment. So it's kind of like your physical environment here is very much changing. Very much, a ton of bricks, right? It's something is just kind of bursting open. And I think a lot of this really wonderful blessing, miracle energy is pouring in. Okay. let's talk about the Ten of Wands underneath here. I think you're getting kind of tired of being out here on the mountain searching. You know, I think that you've had a lot of success in life. I think that you've applied yourself to a lot of things. You've probably done a lot of things in life and have been very good at those things. None of them really felt like they were it. None of them seemed to have had the feeling like being home, right? So I'm imagining this lonely goat out there wandering, wandering the barren earth, looking for a home, looking for a place that's just like, this feels like home. It's not that you're lost and you're trying to get back somewhere, but I feel like this is you looking for that forever home, looking for that place where you're comfortable, where you belong, you know, looking for your pets, your plants, your people. Yeah. I should put that on a shirt. But I feel like you're getting a little weary of the traveling, you know. And maybe you've been doing a lot of literal traveling. There's a connection with Paris. I don't know if that's a place that you've been, or you want to go. Maybe that's where your home is. There's some connection with Paris, France for you, okay, and I don't know what that is. The month of October is being very significant to you. I don't know if there's a birthday and anniversary. Maybe that's the day you're going to Paris, or the month. But there's some connection there too, okay? But I feel like this is, it's kind of an exhaustion that's coming over you. And it's not so much the physical exhaustion, but it's just maybe the emotional exhaustion of going through all of these different things in life and none of them being the one, you know? Maybe you've had a lot of different jobs, you've traveled to a lot of different places, you've loved a lot of different things, but none of them had that feeling of, I've arrived home. Yeah. So we're getting a little bit weary. Okay. And again with the Knight of Cups in the background position, I feel like this is some connection with the past that is the clue to what you want in the future. Whether this was that really tight-knit, warm, loving family environment, whether this was sort of cooking in grandma's kitchen, you know, whether this was playing cards with your uncles or something like that. I feel like you had a very, very close family. Yeah, I feel like it was a big family too. I feel like there's a lot of you, right? And I kind of wonder if that's what you want to get back to, not going back in time to that family when you were, 7 years old again, but maybe creating something like that for yourself, or finding that experience again at work, at home, at school, wherever, right? There's a good chance that you even work from home. So it's kind of ironic that you're out here wandering this barren earth looking for your home, but you're kind of working from home, you know? But it's the magic, it's the energy that you want. It's not necessarily traveling back in time, you know? I think something significant did happen when you were 7, or that was the time in your life where I think you felt this more than anything else. Yeah. Now we've got the fixed water energy with the Prince of Cups up here. And this is kind of like, this is almost a one-track mind. And we kind of can look at it this way a little bit too, and say that you kind of have your sights fixed on something, that this is what you're expecting to find. This is sort of what you're consciously looking for, but it's not the thing. But you're fixed on this for some reason. There's like a stubborn energy that it's just like you're looking for this thing or this person maybe, and I feel like it's kind of a red herring almost. It's leading you a little bit off the path, I think, and that's why I think we're being advised to kind of take a bit of a sabbatical with this hermit energy. This might be a person in your life. I think we are talking about people generally. We've got the 3 court cards. 3 is enough for me, right? 3 is a company. Love John Ritter, love that show. To me, that represents there being more people involved here. Right, it's not just about you. It's kind of, there's a group, okay? And maybe that's the family vibe we're looking for. You know, maybe this is the idea of wanting to have that tight-knit family for yourself that you remember from back in the day. or maybe friends even. Maybe you want to have that close group of really, really close friends, really good quality people in your life. Yeah. I think there was a period of time in your life where you had that. And I feel like somehow you maybe, and we're looking at the Hermit a little bit differently, I guess. I feel like there was a kind of a drifting apart. I feel like maybe when you were young, you had this group of people, family, friends. But as you got older, I feel like you kind of started wandering off, doing your own thing, becoming a little bit sequestered from people. Maybe you do work from home now, and maybe what we're kind of looking at in the past, maybe it's not, maybe it's not 7 years old. Maybe it's 7 years ago. I don't know. But maybe it's more of you miss being in that work environment, but now you're maybe a remote worker, and so there's that aspect of things that we miss. Okay, wherever this is really taking place for you, and I think you could probably see it in many different areas. I feel like it all comes back to this idea of feeling like a family or feeling like home. Okay. So the Hermit really could be the way that you've sort of, just kind of the way you've sort of found yourself. That, the change is something that happens slowly over time. And we don't remember really how we got here, but suddenly we're here. We look 7 years ago or back to when we were 7 years old, and we can see, wow, things were so much different. So we don't recognize change as it's happening. When we look in the mirror every morning, we don't really see much difference, right? But if you only look in the mirror once a year, you'll see a difference. Once every 7 years, you'll see a big difference, right? So it could be that we've just kind of slowly drifted away from that sense of family, that sense of community, and we find ourselves a little bit in this hermit mode. I think the hermit mode is also the solution to the problem. If we can quiet down everything going on around us and achieve that introspection and really find out what this, or who this Knight of Cups is representing, or what it's representing for you. Okay. Someone in your family has an issue with sugar. I don't know if you're a diabetic or a family is a diabetic, but Spirit's kind of saying that the blood sugar needs to be looked at constantly, right? I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing anything. It's something that is already known. It's already you're already aware of, or this person's already aware of it. Yeah. It's just a detail that's coming through. And I like to share those as often as I can. I kind of try to limit it a little bit because it has the tendency to sort of confuse the reading, right? Because it's not exactly relevant to what we're talking about, but it's relevant to you in a personal way, okay? And if it's not, leave it for the next person, yeah. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It helps out the channel, and I really, really do appreciate that. Okay, you do have my gratitude. Let's talk about this stuff. General energy, 10 of Pentacles. This is the picture of your best life. This is the picture on your wall of kind of what you thought your best life looks like. And I think that it has a large part to do with this fixed water energy. That's what we thought we wanted, that fixed water, that you're sort of identified with a feeling and that's what I'm going after. And that's the picture that you drew. Remember when I asked you to get out your pencil and a sheet of paper back in the day and draw a picture of your best life? If you've been with the channel for a while, you've probably heard me say that once or twice. I feel like you've done that. And I feel like maybe you drew yours in pen. Now maybe we got to get a new sheet of paper and we got to draw something different, because I feel like your internal realization, this epiphany, this breakthrough that you're finding, that you will find, is going to really shatter this image of your best life, where you thought you were going to be, who you thought you were going to be, and what you thought you were going to be doing. I think now it's going to look a lot different now that we have that realization of sort of the other half of you, that Cancer half, right? And I know we say that every reading, but Cancer energy is always in your readings lately. It's kind of strange, you know? But I think there's something profound there for you. And I think that the picture of your future, the picture of your best life, is going to change when you include the other half of yourself. Okay? And this is not just the financial future. It is everything. The Ten of Pentacles contains all of the other cards. It contains the water, the air, right? The fire, all the other earth cards. It's financial, yes, but it's also a lot of other things. It's the card of wealth. It's the card of feeling wealthy, feeling that your life has meaning and value and depth and richness, satisfaction, right? This is creating a life that will contain all of the water energy. This is building the life, building the structure, building the actual building of life, the physical environment of your life that will contain the people, but that will contain this vibe, this aura, this aesthetic, this water energy, that will contain all of this love and satisfaction and depth and meaning. If you build it, they will come, right? But we got to know what we're building. And so this Ace of Swords then becomes the pencil and eraser that we can then draw a new picture, a more complete picture. Maybe you're not erasing. Maybe you don't have to crumple the paper up. Maybe we're just adding on. Okay? Maybe we're just expanding. We're just building upon this picture. The Tower card in the environment. I wonder if you lost someone. Not lost. I always say that. Lost somebody. No one's lost. Right? They're not. You're not lost. Your loved ones that have transitioned into spirit, they're not lost. Right? They probably know where they're going more than we do. What I mean is, with the Tower energy, I feel like somebody has left your life rather abruptly. Okay, I feel like it's a loved one, someone very close to you. Maybe it has to do with this past, this 7-year-old you kind of thing. And I feel like they transitioned into spirit rather quickly, unexpectedly. Okay, and maybe that was the point at which you kind of started slowly drifting away on your own, became that kind of wandering mountain goat. Okay, if it wasn't the transition of a loved one, it was a very significant event in your life. Okay, very significant. It could be, I guess it could be a divorce, like of your parents or something significant, or it could be the departure of a loved one. Maybe not a transition to spirit, but maybe there was a lot of distance there suddenly, right? Somebody left the picture, okay? Someone in your life also has a connection with the medical field. And I almost wonder if you were a medic in the military or something like this, because I kind of see you out in the field helping people. Maybe you're a volunteer or something like this, Red Cross, or I don't know, right? Something like that. The Tower card in the environment, I feel like, is also this sudden revelation, this sudden aha moment that you find with this Ace of Swords and this Hermit energy that, again, hits you like a ton of bricks, makes you realize what kind of life you're meant to be living. It's a success that hits you like a ton of bricks. Now, to get there, we've got to go through all of the challenges that a tower brings with it. A lot of disruption, kind of shakes up our world, what we thought we had, right? This one over here is now shaken big time. It's just left kind of in tatters, okay? The Three of Pentacles, this is the difficult thing, and it's kind of the rebuilding. Right? It's the reformulating of your life. You understand the process of creation. You know how difficult it is to build something up, especially after a tower event. But it's kind of like I said with the tower, as being those punctuations of life, the exclamation points of life that we'll never forget. Every time we experience one of those, it's like we're on a different timeline. And so you have to sort of readapt to the environment, to the conditions of this new timeline, this new dimension of reality, this new level of your life. You have to adapt to the conditions and build it up in the right way. And that's the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is you living in this new timeline, this new dimension, on this new level of your reality. Okay? It's you living that best life. It is you building up and making progress and achieving the success, the ongoing, continual success in this new venture of your life, new adventure, right? Which I think now incorporates what is really, truly meaningful to you. Now let's look at that mystery card. What is this going to be? I'm excited for this. I'm kind of nervous though too. Maybe an ace of something, maybe an ace of cups, maybe whatever this figure from the past is bringing to you, that wisdom, that knowledge, that love, right? That cup there, maybe that's the key, maybe that's the secret, right? So maybe this is the ace of cups, that you're realizing that, you're finding that. And that's the source of this really big, significant change in your life. I'm thinking an ace. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Aha, a 10 of Pentacles. A new version of this one, that you've redrawn it, right? Or maybe you don't even need to redraw it. Maybe now this is like, it's literally here. You've got your pets, your plants, your people. This is you in that best life. And you're in there. This is perfect. This is the absolutely, most perfect confirmation card I think we've ever had. Because it is literally like, this one is done. This one we realized was incomplete. So we either have to edit it, revise it, or we scrap it, we start again. Whatever the case is, this is you now achieving that more complete, that more whole, kind of best life, future kind of objective. Yeah, and we're working toward building this up. This is a prognostication of your wonderful, wonderful future. This is beautiful. Absolutely nice. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, and I think you should, there's a link in the corner. There's one down below. New readings for Capricorn, Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both. Okay. Don't forget the other half, If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.